Let's meet at the library. Okay.
Hi everyone, it's Julia and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here on a beautiful rainy day, so if you can hear that, just enjoy it. I'm wearing a Peter Malark t-shirt because that's just how we represent, and we're here to try to piece my July TBR together. So here's the thing. A lot of readathons are happening in July that I want to participate in. We'll see how that goes. Let me tell you them now because there are so many that I'm definitely not going through like book by book what prompts they're going to be. But just so you know, I'm going to be doing Path or Pantheon, which is like from Myth Take Book Club, the Olympic Games Readathon, the Buddy Readathon, Middle Grade Magic, barely, but I'm doing it. Tarot Readathon. Is that everything? I think that's everything. I wanted to do Jane Austen July, but I was like, it's just impossible with what I'm working with. And that's okay, because I get a lot of Jane Austen in my life throughout the year, so I don't need to dedicate a month to her, even though I do have the other Bennett sister on my TBR. Another time. So we're going to be doing a lot of books. Currently, I have 13 or 14 books on this TBR, and that is without my TBR game. So hopefully we can squeeze these into the categories they need to be in. If this is your first time watching my TBR game, this is my TBR game called Mood Reads, and I basically use different moods via a spinner wheel for category and then a random number generator for like a more specific emotion to generate prompts that I have to fulfill, and I pick 6 of them each month, and no spoilers, but my first month doing it went pretty well in June, so yeah, let's just get to it. Also, screen recording totally failed me last month, so I'm really hoping that this works. I'm trying a different screen recorder.
Spoiler alert, it does not.
So, let's tap and spin and get our first feeling categorization. My goal is just to get at least one happy this time. I could not get one happy the first time I did this, which made me annoyed. So, spinning. We're starting off with bad. What a way to begin. Okay, thank you. Bad has 8 prompts. We're gonna get rid of that. And let's see which one we're working with. Prompt number 5 in bad. Okay, prompt number 5 in bad is literally one that I had to do last month. Ugh. Okay, I said I wasn't going to remove prompts, so I'll keep it. Oh, you know what? This works. Okay, so when you see these pink highlights, these are ones that I did last month. And I guess I'll change the color for ones this month. Let's do like a nice little yellow. Okay, overwhelmed. Read a book that's a part of a series with more than 4 books. But I actually have a couple books that could work for this, so this is fine with me. Okay, for overwhelmed, I'm going to be reading Prince Caspian by C.S. Lewis. Mary Margaret and I are rereading / reading for the first time, some of them for me, the entire Narnia series. And in June, when I'm filming this, we are still reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but I'm sure next month we will be moving on to Prince Caspian. We are reading them in publication order, so that would be the next one. And I'm very excited about it because then we get to rewatch the movie. And we all love that movie, right? Right. So Prince Caspian is the second book in the Chronicles of Narnia series, in which the 4 children from the first series, Lucy, Edmund, Susan, and Peter Pevensey, who are all siblings, are whisked away to Narnia once again. And, you know, lots of drama and fantasy action and religious allegory ensue. So it's a good time. It's very fun. Spin number 2. so close to being happy and I got sad instead. Woohoo, sad. Okay, how do I stop that noise? That's so annoying. Okay, sad has how many prompts? I think this is a bigger one, 12. So let's get our, oops, 12 in there, and we get number, did I hit that? Was that 5 or 6? Okay, I was looking up and I genuinely don't know if it gave me 5 again or if I didn't hit it the first time. I'm just gonna go with 6. I'm not cheating. Ooh, powerless. Message a friend and read whatever they tell you. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I'm gonna have to message a nice friend. All my friends are nice, but someone who's not going to like purposefully mess with me. Okay, for powerless, I sent a quick message to Molly from Mind of Molly, and she was like, "It's Malibu Rising, baby," and I was like, "It wasn't on my TBR, but I'm grateful it is. So we're gonna just accept it and roll with it." I'm so excited. I absolutely loved The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I loved Daisy Jones and the Six even more, and I'm so excited to get to her newest book. All I know is I think it's set in the 80s maybe, and I believe it follows 3 maybe teenagers, and I think one or all of them are the child of that one rock star guy in Evelyn Hugo. I don't remember his name. Is any of this true? Am I making up this synopsis? This is what I think it's about. And probably is set in California, but I know nothing else. So I'm just excited to dive in and see what it's all about. Spin number 3 is still not happy. Oh, it's right on the cusp. Angry. Okay, can you hear the applause that it gives? Angry has, where is Angry? 16 prompts. There's a lot. And we get prompt number 4. That is withdrawn. Read a book written in first person. This is going to take some research. I don't know what to make of that. Okay, withdrawn. Okay, for withdrawn, I had to double check this because I couldn't remember, but it turns out the Red Queen series is in fact written in first person. So, like I said, I'm filming this in July. Emma and I have not started our Red Queen buddy read yet, so if we don't get to it at all in June, it'll be Red Queen, but if we do, then it'll be Glass Sword, but either way, set in first person. It's from the same series. Red Queen, if you're not familiar, is a book series in which Mare Barrow, who is a teenage girl in a kind of future fantasy world, is discovered to have, well, no, she has red blood. There's like red blood and silver blood people, and silver blood people have powers, but she has red blood, yet somehow she has a power. So it's like all this drama, there's royalty, there's magic, there's romance. I'm obsessed with this series. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I don't believe in guilty pleasures, but it is one of mine. And yeah, I highly recommend it. And like I said earlier, I'm so excited to reread this. Phew. Okay, on to our 4th spin. And we have, I'm never gonna get happy. I'm literally never gonna get happy. Angry again. Great, thank you so much. New number out of 16, number 16. And that is betrayed. Read a book you've been spoiled for. Oh, okay, this could work out quite well, actually. Yeah. For betrayed, I'm going with the Storm of Swords. I did watch the Game of Thrones TV show up into somewhere in the 5th season because there was one event that just pissed me off so much. I said, goodbye, I'm leaving. And dear God, what if it happens in this book? Then I'll be so mad. Hold on. One is dead, one is in disfavor as the wars rage. Joffrey's on the Iron Throne. I have no idea if it's going to happen in this book or if it even happens in the books, because it seemed very out of character in the show. So hopefully it doesn't happen at all. But yeah, this is the third book in the A Song of Ice and Fire series that are nice and chunky. And if you don't know what Game of Thrones is about, welcome to Earth. Where you been? I don't know what to tell you. It's a high fantasy series. Everyone's competing for the Iron Throne. Yeah. Okay, time for the fifth spin. Oh God, I'm so nervous. I like can't even look. Get me happy, please. Nope. Sad. What was that? 12 prompts for sad? Okay, thank you. 12. Prompt number 10. Ooh. Prompt number 10 is inferior. Post a poll and read the book with the least votes. See, is it going to be cheating if I post 4 books and they're all somewhere else on my TBR? But like, I'll read that one first. I don't know, it's my TBR game. Can you cheat in a game that you made up? TBD. All right, for inferior, I have posted a poll on Twitter, so that's incentive. If you don't follow me on Twitter, do it now, because you're never going to get advanced warnings for these things. And it's 4 books that I already have on my TBR, so whichever one has the least votes, I will be prioritizing and reading sooner in the month. And it is between, what did I put? Orlando by Virginia Woolf, Voices by David somebody, Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin, kill me, and what's the last book I put? Counting Down with You. I don't know the author's name, dang it. So, one of those. We shall see.
Joke's on me because A Storm of Swords won and now I have to prioritize the biggest book on my TBR. But at least I sneakily got to double up 2 prompts.
Time for one final spin. Please, I just want to get one happy prompt for my own TBR game. Oh my God. Didn't expect this to be such a downer every month. Nah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Happy. Oh, that makes me happy. Happy has, I think, the most prompts. 18. So many to pick from. Okay, between 1 and 18, our number is 16. Intimate. Reread a comfort book. This could not have come at a better time. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, I love this. Okay, wait. For Intimate, I actually already planned a reread this month for With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, which is a 5-star book. I read it 2 years ago and I couldn't believe when I checked on Goodreads that it's been 2 years since I read it. And I listened to it as an audiobook and I loved it, so I want to read it physically this time and just really soak up all the goodness. Yes, very excited. With the Fire on High is a YA contemporary novel about a high school girl named Imani is her name, right? I'm like 99% sure. She's a teen mom. She is really passionate about cooking. She lives with her grandmother. There's a really cute romance subplot and like lots of family and lots of beautiful descriptions of food, which was one of my favorite things. I'm always like, oh my gosh, people are so annoying when they say that. Like, the tourist stereotype is that we're obsessed with food, but then anytime I read a book that has beautiful descriptions of food, I fall in love with it. So what is the truth, right? Like I said, I gave it 5 stars the first time, and I'm so excited to give it 5 stars again. Okay, now to get into literally every other book that I'm going to read this month and why. Whew, let's dive in. So my Shakespeare play for the month is As You Like It, of course, by William Shakespeare. I'm using this for several readathons. I'm not going to list them all. This is a new one to me, but I know it has some similar themes to Twelfth Night because our heroine is disguised as a man. I think she's trying to get back her love interest or something. I believe she like goes into the woods with her cousin. Maybe I'm making this entire prompt up. Like I said, haven't read it. But I'm very excited to. I think this will be a comedy that I really enjoy. My oldest TBR book for the month is Dangerous Girls by Abigail Haas, I think is her name. I do own it. That's why it's a part of this prompt, because it's my oldest physical TBR. However, it's at my new house, so I can't hold it up for you. But I think it's a YA thriller where some friends like go on vacation and something happens. Maybe someone dies, probably someone dies. That's all I know. I think it'll be a good summary read, so I'm looking forward to it. For my nonfiction book for the month, I'm going to be reading March Book 1 by John Lewis and some other people. And this is a graphic novel following the events of the civil rights movement in the United States in like the 50s. And yeah, that's all I know about it, but it's been very popular ever since it came out several years ago. And I think it's about time that I finally start reading this series. There's only 3 of them. What's stopping me? I don't know. Also in July, I'm going to be listening to the audiobook of Counting Down with You by Tashi Buyan, I think is how you say her name. I don't really know. It's a YA contemporary. I believe the main character is Bangladeshi, and I know there's like a romance with the school bad boy. I think it's a fake dating trope. Again, I don't know a ton about these books that I'm reading this month, but I'm intrigued by all of them. I think it sounds super cute, and it's the group book for the Take a Tripathon. Did I say that one yet? Is that even on my... I didn't even put that on my Excel spreadsheet like a buffoon. Oh, well, I guess that's because it's only 2 days into July. It's the group book for that, so I'll be reading it like in those first couple days of July. Next, for my 12 Friends, 12 Books challenge, I'll be reading The Duchess of Malfi by I don't know who. Let me look it up. Okay, by John Webster, and Wikipedia is telling me that it's a Jacobean revenge tragedy. So let's buckle up for that. It's a play, and it should be dramatic and fun, I hope. Again, I don't know anything about these books. I can't tell you anything, but that's the one that Kara from Wild Book Garden picked for me, so there we have it. Next up, we have another play. I'm going to be reading A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. This is a play about a Black family in America, and it's based, the title's based on a Langston Hughes poem, I believe. And there's like financial things and family things and romantic things and like lots of different plot lines, but you know, it's got race as a big theme, and it is one that I've seen the movie of, but I haven't like sat down and read, and that was in high school, so this will be new for me. And it's the Sleepy Academics book for June, but the live show isn't until the end of July, so I'm like, great, we're fine. And I'm especially looking forward to reading it because we will be reading it with Clymorn Park in a few months in the future for Past It Classics, so I'm gonna like kind of preview and then build upon my knowledge, and I think it's just gonna be splendid. Okay, another one I'm gonna pick up on audio is Voices by, again, I don't know his last name, but this is a novel told in verse about Joan of Arc. This is going to be one of our Reading the Renaissance book club picks for the summer season, I guess. What is it? July, August, September. So for those 3 months, we'll be focusing on Joan of Arc, and that is our fiction pick. So it should be really fast because, like I said, it's told in verse. I think the audio is like 3 hours. It'll be so short. But yeah, should be interesting. Novels in verse don't always work for me, so we'll see. Also probably as an audiobook, but I also own physically. This is Can You Forgive Her by Anthony Trollope. This is our Past It Classics book for July. Kara is the host. Kara, you're getting so many shout outs in this video. This is bigger than I expected it to be. My copy, oh my god, is over 800 pages. Shut the front door. So this is a Victorian novel that I again, don't know anything about. What happens in this? The story of Alice Vavasor, and her vacillations between two suitors. Trollope reveals a depth of insight into human conduct which will surprise those who know him only by his unjust reputation as the efficient manufacturer of entertaining novels of country life. What? Okay, well, it's about a woman and her two suitors, and it's 900 pages of that. Cool, awesome. I am looking forward to it though, but oh my god. I already mentioned briefly because it was in the poll, but I will be reading Orlando by Virginia Woolf because it's the Sleepy Academics book for July. I bought myself this copy for my birthday, so I'm excited to pick it up. And I don't know much, except I think there's time travel. As his tale begins, Orlando is a passionate 16-year-old nobleman whose days are spent in rowdy revelry, filled with the colorful delights of Queen Elizabeth I's court. I can't say things, but then like 3 centuries have passed by the end, and he will be a 36-year-old woman in the year 1928. So I don't know what that means, but I know there's a lot of discussion of like gender in this book, so I think it'll be interesting. And finally, I do have one e-arc from NetGalley, and that is Swordstone Table by a couple authors. And it is a short story collection of really like diverse stories based on King Arthur and Camelot. Arthurian legend, how about that? Yeah. So I know there's gender bent ones, race bent ones, set in the past, the present, the future, ones that have LGBTQ plus characters, so like a huge range. But you know, focusing on Arthur and Merlin and Morgana and Guinevere and Lancelot and all our friends. I'm rewatching Merlin right now, so like I'm really in the mood to read this, and I'm very excited. And I think it comes out on July 13th, if I remember correctly. So look into that if that sounds good to you. Oh my god, I feel like this went on way too long. But yes, those are the Lord knows how many books that I'm going to be reading in July. I gotta say, this one gives me pause, especially when we pair it with this one. Sure, this plus 10 more books. Yeah, right. Okay, well, it is what it is. You know what? At some point in July, I will be fully moved into my new condo, so like maybe then I'll be a little more settled. Like I'll still be working, but at least I'll have some free time on the weekends. I don't know. Okay, yes. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave me some comments down below. Tell me if you've read any of these books, what your thoughts are, how you're liking the TBR game, if you're doing any of these readathons or participating in any of these book clubs, especially the ones that I host, co-host, whatever. Yeah, I would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for watching, and you'll hear more from me soon. Bye.